On this edition of Arlington Sentinel News, we take a closer look at how gas drilling sites is affecting local residents.
We will also learn about air pollution and how carpooling can help improve air quality in North Texas.
And we get a glimpse of Topo Hill Terrace historical trademark. Arlington Sentinel News starts now.
Welcome to Arlington Sentinel News. I'm Tin Lee.
And I'm Leslie Solis Hernandez. Thank you for joining us. Due to a bill passed in 2015, the city was forced to allow natural gas drilling to take place off of 360 in South Arlington. Here's our reporter Cameron Webster with more.
House Bill 40 states that cities are not allowed to pass any ordinances that ban, limit, or regulate oil and gas operation. Located at the Sublet Road exit in South Arlington, the Folsom fracking site became fully operational as of last week. The site is among 31 different gas well sites operated by TEP Barnett, the North Texas branch of French energy company Total Energies. Concerns about the growing number of gas wells in the city and their effect on citizens' health and safety led to the establishment of local environmental protection organization Livable Arlington in 2015. Executive Director of Livable Arlington, Ranjana Bandari, says that residents who live near the Folsom site have already experienced a negative impact.
Already received complaints from multiple people about horrendous odors that are making them sick over this weekend. A family with young children was very concerned because mom was coughing incessantly. The children had headaches. Somebody else complained about strong petroleum odors.
The close proximity of the gas well to homes and 2 schools has also concerned a South Arlington resident who lives nearby.
I don't think it's safe that it's so close to neighborhoods, also with the gas line. I imagine that it would be loud depending on when they're doing, but still, you also got, you got families, you got kids.
Cameron Webster, Arlington Sentinel News.
A public hearing will take place December 5th at City Hall, where Livable Arlington will argue against the city issuing a permit to Total Energies for a new gas well at High Point Agape at Arbrook.
The North Central Texas Council of Governments is holding a public meeting about new transportation and going air quality plan. Reporter Leah Salinas has more insight on how carpooling can benefit the environment and City of Arlington by reducing air pollution.
There has been an ongoing issue for some time now relating to the ozone layer and air pollution due to many chemicals being released into the air. Currently, the ongoing issue is at a better condition due to the actions being taken like carpooling.
So ozone is not emitted by any direct source. It's a secondary pollutant that's formed by the pollutants, nitrogen oxides and volatile organic compounds. And NOx comes out of vehicles, cars and trucks, those that run on traditional gasoline. So by carpooling, it's basically getting people off the road. So less cars on the road equals less NOx emissions equals reduced formation of ozone.
There has been reportedly a decrease in air pollution, but Arlington is determined to lower the chances of air pollution even more, and one suggestion would be to carpool. The University of Texas at Arlington is also trying to help when it comes to the environment by offering the zip car service to all students and faculty members who stay on and off campus who need to get around in Arlington.
Anybody, any student, any faculty, any staff is able to use the zip cars. They can even, if faculty and staff have to attend a meeting somewhere else in the city, they are able to take the zip cars and use those.
There are many services today that do carpooling just to help the environment, just like the zip car service. Research and effort is all it takes. So think about carpooling for your next outing in Arlington. Leah Salinas, Arlington Sentinel News.
It's interesting that there are so many transportation options out there that can help reduce pollution. Zipcar is certainly something to look into if you are someone who is in need of transportation.
One of the only historic treasures still preserved to this day can be found here in the city of Arlington. Topo Hill Terrace, known as Vegas before Vegas, goes all the way back in the roaring 20s. Its short-lived dining services would later be transformed into a casino, brothel, and popular gangster meeting point during the Prohibition era. Topple Hill Terrace operated from 1921 to 1949. During the day, bridal showers and tea parties and luncheons would be hosted. But during the night, America's Most Wanted would show up 76 later. It now operates as Arlington's Baptist University, founded by Pastor Frank Norris.
And we were closed mouth 50 years. And the reason why, we're a Baptist institution and most Baptists don't gamble. But when I found that our founder, Dr. J. Frank Norris, bought the place, conducted the first raid here, that's when we started telling the story 25 years ago.
To learn more about this historical treasure, visit their website, topplehillterrace.com, to book a tour or call 817-987-1716. After the break, we will show you inside Arlington's farmers markets where you can find locally grown food.
We'll also take a closer look at Arlington High School new expansion. We'll be right back.
Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
If your weekends are in serious need of family-friendly organic fun, this local farmers market might just be a place for you. Our reporter Adrian Treviso takes us along on this venture.
Small local businesses are a necessary basis for the economy of many families in this and many other cities. And it is the farmers market who are a fundamental base for many of these businesses to make them known.
So these markets help us small business owners grow our companies, little companies from our home, the garage, to bigger and better areas, such as instead of selling from the house, you can come to these markets on Sundays or Saturdays, and you have more clientele. And people, you get to know your customers a little bit better. You have a personal connection with each customer.
The city of Arlington presents these organic local business fairs where families enjoy buying handmade products, fresh vegetables, and delicious snacks while learning the history of a business in a family environment.
This market is just so cool. Everybody comes out. It's a wonderful event. Lots of locally made products by local business people.
Those who attend this type of event, in addition to enjoying everything that the sellers offer, realize and recognize the benefit and work that is behind each seller.
And I think it's something beautiful that comes from them. And if you want to get something that's 100% natural and more healthy for you than stuff that you buy at the grocery store or any place else, farmers market is the place to go.
Dalworthington Garden Farmers Market is located on the property of Arlington Classic Academy and offers a variety of food and artisans with local and handmade items every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Adrian Treviso, Arlington Sentinel News.
Arlington's Independent School District was approved for the 2019 bond project aimed at improving facilities used for student success. Arlington High School is one of the many schools that are going through expansions. Currently, the school is on phase 2 of the project, which is focusing on implementing a dual language academy, expected to complete by 2024. Incoming freshmen will be some of the first students to experience these new facilities.
My name is Jose Gonzalez, and I work for the Miller Sierra Construction Company. We have been the construction company that is in charge of making all the cement. Right now, we've already done more than half the job. Now, as you can see, the structure goes very up. There are 3 floor levels right now. The rain stopped us, but for the next 2 weeks, we will recover and may finish everything that has to do with the floor.
All school expansions in Arlington will be completed through 2025. Coming up, We'll learn more about UTA's drag show benefiting the Maverick Rainbow Scholarship.
And we will take a look on an update on Arlington's cultural diversity in the
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker horde.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
On October 24th, the University of Texas at Arlington hosted the 10th anniversary of drag shows on campus. Brandon Bridgel has the story.
From peaceful organization event to students dancing on the stage, drag queens walk the runway showing all their glam and glory. But behind all that, drag shows across the country continue to be targeted by right-wing activists and politicians. Elwin Soroto gives his thoughts on the matter.
A lot of the movement towards drag shows and so forth has been in the spite of ignorance. I feel like people a lot of the times aren't socially competent within the issues that are presented, especially in the LGBTQ plus community. We don't go that far, right? The state just banned gender-affirming care for transgender individuals below 18. And it's just a movement full of disinformation. And then it's definitely a time for us to really be inspired and step up for LGBTQ plus rights. I think it is actually a time where we should be more united so we can go ahead and make this a more inclusive environment for everyone.
I got the opportunity to speak to one of the performers, Logan Licker, and his thoughts on the matter.
I have been in many shows that have been targeted. People have to realize that drag performers know the difference between an all-age show and a show that's made specifically for adults. And they're coming to these shows that are made specifically for adults generally and getting the footage they get, which is ridiculous because if you look at the audience is all adults. When we go to schools, when we read to kids, when we do shows for children, we cater to that audience. We're smart people, all of us. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's very grateful to see that a lot of the government's also finding that ridiculous as well, with all of the bands getting shut down at the state level. So that's really cool.
Brandon Hill, Arlington Sentinel News.
October is Global Diversity Awareness Month, and in support of the local diversity here in the city, the community, along the city officials, have started the International Corridor Visioning Report. The International Corridor is the areas that runs along Pioneer Parkway from Central Street to Eastern City Limit. The latest update in the project is the city's largest installation of brightly colored welcoming banners on light poles in the middle of the median along Pioneer Parkway. Each banner says welcome, but in 10 of the most common languages spoken in the city. The banners are only the beginning of the efforts to celebrate the diversity, cultures, and languages.
The banners provide a pop of color, some visual interest, as well as letting people know that they're in a really diverse area. And so we really do hope that residents kind of see those and say, oh, well, I feel welcome and I recognize that word. That's my home language.
Earlier this year, Arlington was ranked 5th on Wallet Hub's list of most diverse cities.
The report will ultimately bring more awareness to the International Corridor and improve the area's walkability so more residents can enjoy the businesses there. This is all we have for this edition of Arlington Sentinel News. I'm Tinley.
And I'm Leslie Solis Hernandez. You can always find us online at arlingtonsentinel.org. Welcome back with Arlington's news next week.